U Sports on CBC, presented by l'U Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Thunderbirds Medical Supply, Les Bag Baron Rings, BioSteel, Wilson, a par and by Student Housing Calgary.
What it is, what it do, we are live from the Jack Simpson Gymnasium, and welcome to the 2026 U Sport Men's Basketball Final 8, presented by Student Housing Calgary on CBC. Hello everyone, Joshua Adam William are with the professor, Jack Pangali. Brandon Donald will be on the sideline. Jack, it's Final 8 time. Let's see how we got here.
Yeah, Final 8 worth the wait as we get into an electric matchup tonight between TMU and UBC. UBC coming off of a loss in the Canada West Final to Victoria. Also had some touch-and-go moments getting there all together. An OT victory against Winnipeg that was pivotal in them actually finding their way to this tournament. They rallied from 16 down in that game. And on the other side for TMU, coming off of a nice victory in the OUA final against Carleton, a 10-point victory. But they were also with some spots of bother in that game. They trailed really the whole way through in playoffs early, need to get off to better starts if they want to have a long run here in the playoffs.
Absolutely, and then we have some fantastic players to keep an eye on, and we start with the visiting team, the UBC Thunderbirds.
Yeah, Nicola Gazina coming off of a Canada West first-team All-Star nod this year. Is a really balanced squad for this team, but he's going to have his hands full on both ends of the floor. For number 12, Aaron Rooms, he's not just the straw that stirs the drink, he's the cup too. He is the reigning U Sports Player of the Year after being awarded that honor on Wednesday, so we'll see what he's able to do Friday morning at the Jack.
Two great players for a fantastic game. Tip-off is coming up after the break, live from the University of Calgary. You're watching the 2026 U Sport Men's Basketball Final, presented by Student Housing Calgary on CBC.
That's embarrassing. No, it's not embarrassing. Using Fig for a home improvement loan.
A quick, simple, and transparent offer in minutes. Or better with Fig.
Le sport en direct sur ici-tout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles. Des athlètes de grand talent. Des sports de haut niveau. Tout ça sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est simple et gratuit sur ici-tout.tv.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back to Calgary in the 2026 U Sport Men's Basketball Championship on CBC. Let's go and visit both these teams, starting with the visitors from UBC and the UBC Thunderbirds. We start off at number 6, Nicola Gozina. Number 4, Holt Tommy. Number 0, Nylan Roberts. Number 10, Gus Gortson. And number 13, Toby Kinakumi. And then we see here the starting lineup that we have. What stands out to you?
Well, it's a really balanced squad, as we talked about, for this UBC team. In addition to Gazina, they got a couple players that fill it up. Roberts and Gertzen love to stretch it out beyond the arc, as we start to take a look at the TMU side as well here.
Yeah, looking at the TMU side, we have Kevin Toth, Aiden Wilson, DeAndre Goulbourne, Gabriel Gutzmore, and of course, the reigning National Player of the Year, Aaron Rooms.
Yeah, Gutzmore also a really important player for this squad. He had an up and down OUA playoffs, fouled out versus Guelph, 0 points versus Brock, but then a really big bounce back 14-point effort against Carleton in that OUA final. So we'll see what he's able to do here Friday at the Jack Simpson.
Yeah, some tremendous starters on this side. This TMU team, you talked about the run they have. They are poised here, trying to find a national championship.
Yeah, and defense wins championships for this TMU squad. It's strength versus strength tonight. UBC really strong on the offensive side, so we'll see who's able to come out on top.
Let's look at our officials. Our first official is Ryan Legden. Our second official is Alexander Lapointe. And our final official is Chris Spooney. They'll be calling the game for us here for our first U Sport matchup here for men's basketball.
Yeah, we were hearing in the pre-games yesterday, talking to some teams, that we had a few coaches bring in officials this week just to get them a little more acclimatized to that whistle. So we'll see if that pays dividends. We might see a heavy whistle here early, trying to set the tone. And we get ready here to go. Tip-off just seconds away here at the Jack.
It is seconds away from the first game of the 2026 Men's Basketball Championship between the Bold and the Thunderbirds. Two teams enter, and only one is going to walk out here to advance to the next round to play tomorrow in the semifinals. 8 teams will enter. One will leave with iconic immortality as the 2026 U Sports Men's Basketball Champion. And the ball goes up, and we start off on the road to glory in Calgary. And what are you looking for here for both sides to start us off here with Jack?
This game really is going to be decided at the three-point line, as we talked about, strength versus strength. Both these teams allow a ton of threes, some of the most in the nation. It's going to be who can knock them down. UBC has been the hot hand, 4th best in the nation for offense, 3rd best in Canada West from beyond the arc. So we'll see if that travels here for them at the Jack Simpson, starting with Tommy at the top.
We have one team that won their conference championship, another team that lost in heartbreak. Who will come out here as the champion today? Shot clock winding down. 3-ball! Can't get that one to go, and we're still searching for the first points here of the 2026 U Sport Men's Basketball Championship. Get in the corner. Another 3 from the corner. Can't get that one to go. Rooms comes up, gets the rebound. Fadeaway Jay, no good there. Rooms can't get it. Now back in the attack come the Thunderbirds. Led by Roberts, he passes ahead to Tommy. Shot is down, and there's the first bucket of the 2026 Men's Basketball Championship.
A little secondary break there as Aaron Rooms lost a shoe on the other end. He's slow to get back, leads to that open jumper.
Mid-range Jay, no good there. UBC back on the break. Full steam ahead, count it! What a bucket right there. 4-0 start for UBC. 2 minutes past here. TMU looking for their first bucket. And then a turnover. Right now, everything going the Thunderbirds' way.
Frenetic start to the action for sure. Both teams got to get settled, their feet under them. UBC been up for the task thus far. Both these teams like to bring energy and play with some pace, and right now UBC getting the better of TMU in the opening 2 minutes.
Tommy gets it in and gets the ball right back here. UBC off to a 4-0 run here in the first 2 minutes. Tommy cooking to the bucket, and he gets fouled right there. It looked like Aiden Wilson picked up the foul, so 2 shots coming up here.
See if we're able to get one more look at that. It looked like pretty good defense from our end. We're at courtside here at the Jack for the Nationals. Best seats in the house. As Tommy makes dead aim on his first. Really strong free throw shooter for this UBC squad, 83% from the line on the season.
UBC as a team shoots just about 75%, and they get their first free throws down. 2 minutes of scoreless basketball here for TMU to start off with. Toth trying to find some room, gets it in the corner. 3 ball, no good, in and out. Tough shooting continues for the Bold. Shot clock at 10, trying to get it back in the corner. Another mid-range J, and it finally falls down for the Bold right there. That was Gutsmore finding the first bucket. Inside now. Gozina, pump fake goes up, gets it to go. Beautiful take there by Nicola Gozina.
That's great patience there from the big man. Nice use of his footwork. Create some extra space and lay that in.
Gets it back up top. In the corner. 3 ball this time. Splash! Gabriel Gutsmore with 5 points for the Bold. They've got it back to a 1-possession game. Some tough defense now by TMU. Tommy, guarded by Gutsmore, looking for a screen. Gets it in the corner. 3 ball, no good. Rebound down low. That was Gozina. He goes up strong again. He won't be denied. Nicola Gozina.
Those offensive rebounds, a big strength for the T-Birds, as we talked about. They love shooting the 3. It leads to long rebounds. They are the best at offensive rebounding in Canada West.
Rooms, mid-range J. We'll see a lot of that this weekend.
Yeah, nice answer there to get him settled with his first bucket of the night.
Pump fake denied. Down low. Now passed ahead. Toth in the corner. 3 ball. No good. Nice rebound underneath. Now back in the attack. Come UBC. Roberts to the hole. And count it! Nylan Roberts and 1.
Right now, both these squads looking like 2 sport athletes. It's a track meet, folks. You can lose your breath just watching it. But we're going to get a chance at a 3-point play here for Nylan Roberts. Double-digit score for this UBC squad on the season. He does struggle at the free throw line, 66%. Like you said, Josh, it's an area of strength for the UBC, except for in the playoffs. They really struggled in that Winnipeg game. Ended up going up to OT, and they just shot 56% from the line, so hopefully that miss from Roberts doesn't plague them throughout this contest.
Rooms almost loses the rock right there. Gutsmore tries to go inside. He can't get it. That's stolen away. Passed ahead. And can't get it, but once again, UBC going to the free throw line, which has been the story early on here.
And in transition, once again, they're able to get out and run. This time it's going to be
Dada.
Dada at the line. He's really had an expansion to his game, averages 16 minutes per game during the regular season. He's up over 24 a game in the playoffs. A really important player spacing the floor. He shoots over 40% from 3 and over 4 attempts per game.
Try to get this free throw to go down, which he does. Substitution coming in for the Bold. And this will be Maxime Louis-Jean will check into the ball game. Rooms from deep. Can't get that one to go. Rebound, fight down low. It's going to go back to UBC. 14-7, 5:40 left here in the first. Try to hand it off. Rooms comes in there, trying to get the steal. It will stay with UBC, 15 on the shot clock. A little bit of a debate on that call. What did you see there, Jack?
I think that's the right area. We're kind of blocked out from this sideline as well, but I think sticking UBC ball, they were saying he might have been out of bounds when he corralled it.
Nice take inside, doesn't get it, rebound underneath, goes back up, strong take and finish for 2.
And another second chance opportunity there. Transition and second chance right now, paying dividends for this UBC squad.
16-7, UBC taking control early on here. Toss up top. Good ball movement. Going from deep for three. Can't get that one to go. Rebound right there. Back around, going up. And count it. UBC, Jack, has been so good at attacking the bucket. We have a timeout right now, but that has been UBC's strength in this. They have attacked the bucket over and over.
Yeah, it's a needed timeout for David Diavero. We'll see what they can do coming out of the break here.
It's 18-7. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
That's embarrassing. You know it's not embarrassing? Using FIG for a home improvement loan.
A quick, simple, and transparent offer in minutes. Far better with FIG.
Delaney, Northwest Territories, the birthplace of hockey. Here, you'll find a community full of history and tradition. A community that Quaker surprised by transforming their arena kitchen into a Quaker breakfast bar. Stocked with our Canadian whole grain oats, it's now a place to gather, to eat, and to celebrate. We're proud to feed the passion for hockey in the place where it all started. Because we believe no matter where you're from, you've got this.
Welcome back to the Jack Simpson here in Calgary, Alberta. Right now, it is 18-7 for UBC, and as we were saying before the commercial break there, Jack, it has consistently been UBC attacking the bucket.
Yeah, really nice job getting north-south here for this UBC squad. And like we said, TMU defense wins championships, but you got to close out defensive possessions with defensive rebounds. Right now, they're not doing it and giving UBC some easy points at the rim and at the free throw line. So we'll see if they're able to tighten up here in the final back half of this first quarter.
So Tauth, one of the only starters with rooms that stays in the ball game right now. Finds Louis Jean. Back out, Tauth. Dead-eye, bullseye, can't get that three to go down. Rebound underneath. And it will stay with TMU.
Toth for this squad. A really good player distributing the ball. We see him miss that three-pointer, not really his game. He's more of the creator for this squad. So we get another three off the inbound. That one no good.
Now back on. Rooms. Euro try to dip it off, almost stolen away. Fight for the ball down low. And UBC comes with another turnover. And trying to increase their lead even more. Right now, leading by 11. Abera. Guarded by Louis Jean. Mid-range Jay can't get that one to go. And a foul right there.
I think they're just going to say extra possession here on the ball going out of bounds off TMU. So 14 on the clock here for the T-Birds.
Ball's in. Can't get that shot to go. Fight for the rebound underneath. Now passed ahead. Room showing a little bit of body there. Toth. Bounce pass inside. Louis Jean can't get it to go. Underneath, get out of here. Big time denial down low, and UBC continuing their defensive pressure. Shot is good, and UBC continues their offensive front, now leading 20-7.
That's a nice in-rhythm shot there for Edward Gauthier. The first team all-rookie in Canada West this year, knocking it down.
Almost stolen away right there. And a jump ball.
Gauthier, the one that makes that happen. Nice play on both ends of the floor here for the first-year player.
Subs coming in here. We'll see Gutsmore come back into the ball game. So it's 20-7 right now, but 3 left here in the first. 3 team fouls on TMU. There's a steal. Comes back in the ball game and makes an immediate impact. impact right there, driving to the hole. Gabriel Gutsmore, who has over half the points right now for TMU. And they go inside, slam dunk!
That's far too easy there. Need the extra rotation on the back line for TMU. 22 points for this high-flying UBC, not gonna cut it against this defense.
Louis Jean has it back to Rooms. He goes for the three, gets it to go. Rooms knocks down the tray. 10-point ball game, passed up for a three ball to answer back, can't get it, fight for the rebound. And now TMU on the attack. Louis Jean in the corner to Gutsmore. Moving the ball around. Rooms, pump fake, driving to the hole. Can't get it, nice denial right down low there by UBC. They come on the attack now. Taking some contact, it's a charge, it's going the other way.
Charge going bang, bang plays here on both ends of the floor. We'll see one more look at it if we're able to. It's going to be the second that goes against UBC. Certainly looks like a foul there, but got to see that call happening on both ends of the floor. And for TMU, this isn't the position you wanted to be in, but it's a position they've known. As we mentioned in the open, they trailed in every single game of that OUA playoff early on before finding ways to come back. We'll see if they can do it one more time here on the road.
Nice take there, and foul there by Roberts. Again, another turnover by TMU. You talked about the trailing, and the turnovers also now becoming a big part of why they are trailing.
Yeah, and another foul to boot as well. Sending UBC to the free throw line one more time. 10-point deficit right now for this TMU squad. They trailed by double digits against Guelph before finding a way to battle back and force OT in that victory in the first round of the OUA playoffs. Also trailing against Brock and Carleton early on, so a position they're familiar with.
It'll be Louis Jean bringing the ball up. Gutsmore, who has 7. They go in the corner, three ball, no good. Fight for the rebound down low. Dorsey wasn't able to get all of that one. Gordson, it will stay with UBC. 19 on the shot clock, under 90 seconds left here in the first. 14 fouls on TMU. They go inside, a little alley-oop action for the deuce.
That's the second time UBC's gotten a really nice look on an inbounds play. Some scout missing details there for TMU. Those are two plays you look to stop if you're the Bold and set actions.
In the corner, it's Gutsmore. He can't get it to go. Pushing the pace once again is UBC. Roberts goes for the tray. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound down low. Here comes TMU. Looking for deep. Gets it back around. Almost turned the ball over again. Pump fake up top. Tight defense from UBC. Dorsey finds Rooms. He goes for three. He gets it to go. Aaron Rooms from downtown. His second three of the afternoon.
Yeah, it's nice inside-out action, but you can't lose Aaron Rooms if you're UBC. There's the reason he's the player of the year. Knocking down that triple, wide open.
Rosina whips it across. Looks like Rooms got a hand on that one. So 30 seconds left here, 9 on the shot clock.
Aaron Rooms in that Carleton final shot, just 1 of 10 from three-point range. And a credit to this team for still finding a way to win that game in spite of that cold shooting from three-point distance. But he's a 37% shooter from deep on the year. And as you said, Josh, already knocking down a couple early.
Now the offense so far has primarily been from Gutsmore and Rooms so far for TMU as they hit their 5th foul, and it'll send Tommy to the line. Tommy so far 2 points in this ball game. He'll make it 3 on that one, hoping to make it 4 on the next one.
Yeah, staying perfect at the free throw line for this UBC squad.
It'll be about 23 seconds left here. Shot clock turned off for TMU. Louis Jean will bring it up. 15 seconds. Jean trying to find some room. He goes inside to Dorsey. Dorsey can't get the soft touch to go. Roberts comes up with it. 2 seconds. Roberts is going to heave it from downtown. Almost gets it to go. After 1 quarter of play, UBC leads 28-15. You're watching the 2026 U Sport Men's Basketball Final 8 presented by Student Housing Calgary on CBC.
Life just got real. You got into university. Fully furnished, all-inclusive student housing for peace of mind. This is your first taste of adult life, independence, momentum, possibility. A community that's ready for you, with everything you need to be your best self. Space to focus, enough room to breathe. A place that's truly yours, with space for the people you'll meet along the way. Minutes from campus. Student Housing Calgary. This is where it starts.
Welcome back to the Jack Simpson here in Calgary, Alberta. UBC right now leads 28-15. We got some highlights coming up here and what has been a fun first quarter. If you're a UBC fan, TMU, maybe a quarter they'd like to forget.
Yeah, and again, a lot of it started in transition for this UBC squad and getting to the hoop, forcing that whistle to be drawn. 8 of 9 from the free throw line. They might not make for sexy highlights, but they've certainly made for important points for this UBC squad as we take a look at some of the stats from that opening 10 minutes. And they see that 0 of 6 from three-point line. We talked about the strength of this TMU defense locking down the three-point arc, and they've been doing it so far, but again, some self-inflicted mistakes have been costly for this TMU team. We'll see if they can clean it up.
Yeah, what are you looking for to do that you would want TMU to do different here, Jack?
We'll certainly got to do a better job of making the extra rotation and defending that painted area. And offensively, I think they just got to settle in a little bit. As we said, Aaron Room's having a good start as you'd expect, but the secondary players need to get into the game a little bit here. As we see Maxime Louis-Jean trigger it in.
Soft touch there by Rooms. That's now double digits for him early on. Roberts whips it down low inside. 2 more for UBC.
That's the UBC scout paying off, beating that little bit of pressure with ease. Some nice headmans and a good finish at the hoop.
Down low! Dorsey throws it down. The first 2 points there for Dorsey, hoping to bring some momentum to the side here of the Bold. Tommy gets it down low to Gazina. Gazina driving in, spin cycle, count it!
He is in a rhythm right now. The second time we've seen a nice finish by Gazina on that spin move.
In the corner, 3 ball, no good. Fight for the rebound down low. Rooms comes up with it. Soft touch doesn't go there. Gazina comes up with the rebound. Down low. Pass back. Hello! Slam dunk Roberts 4-2. Trying to go down low to Dorsey, and Right now, this transition game, they are just running down and finding these open lanes, finding open opportunities underneath the bucket consistently right now, Jack.
Yeah, uncontested right now in transition, an area where you really can, that's self-inflicted. You got to be able to have the energy to get back as we see wholesale changes for UBC, and I think that's one area where they have a ton of advantage is this depth. They can run, 9, 10 deep. Even in the U Sports Final 8, they have a lot of young players, but they got fresh legs.
Rooms, pass that back out. Here's a 3, no good. Fight for the rebound, tipped it. Back around to Rooms, pump fake in the corner from the arch. Can't get that one to go. Loose ball. TMU continues to have trouble from downtown in this one. Now attacking the glass, count it! What a take there by Dada!
Jump man. Let's
Raj
see if we can get
Dada.
one more look at that. Raj Dada going full go-go gadget arms there. What a finish through traffic. He's going to go to the free throw line for the second time tonight, earning it the hard way.
12 minutes into this Final 8, and that might be the early contender for play of the tournament so far. Again, 12 minutes in, we got lots of time, but fantastic play there by Dada.
12 minutes in, and they're close to doubling up the Bold right now. A dream start for UBC.
Here's Gutsmore, he has 7 points so far. Goes down low and stolen away, Roberts. Roberts, full steam ahead. Can't get it to go, rebound underneath. Count it, 2 more right there as UBC continues to rebound and get buckets.
Well, this energy is infectious right now on the UBC side. Their bench is bringing it here on this end of the floor. And there we see Gauthier getting that tip on it. So force another inbound here for TMU. But again in transition, that time Roberts able to get the whole way to the hoop, really without any impediment from this TMU squad.
Here's a 3 ball, can't get that one to go, rebound by Roberts. Roberts continues to push it up the court. Back to Dada. Dada, little hezzy fake off back. Roberts from downtown, can't get the 3 to go. Rebound underneath. That's the one thing UBC's not really doing is hitting the 3. It's the only thing they're not really doing.
Yeah, again, I think that 3-point defense they're selling out to stop it is TMU right now.
Soft touch, can't get it right now. There's a lid on the bucket right now for the Bold. And they'll try to earn it from the free throw line. Overall right now shooting 26% from the field, 18 from downtown, 3 of 16 from downtown. This is the first time they will go to the free throw line.
Well, again, we talked about in the open, the 3-point line so important, and these teams love giving the other team attempts at it above the break and in players that you don't want to see shooting them, and I think that's why we're seeing right now these two teams combine for 3 of 23 from distance. So if you're TMU, you got to find ways to get easier buckets in the paint and at the line. As we see that first one miss here, that's going to be Aiden Wilson.
CBC is Canada's home for university sports action. The nation's top universities women's basketball team are in Quebec City this weekend for the 2026 Sun Life U Sports Final 8 presented by McLeod and Hilton, Quebec. Catch the women's gold medal game Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, followed by the men's game at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made.
We're going to get a timeout here for the UBC needed after that little spurt there from TMU. Defense leads to offense.
And it is 39-22, UBC leads. You are watching the 2026 U Sport Men's Basketball Final 8 presented by Student Housing Calgary on CBC.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
Delaney, Northwest Territories, the birthplace of hockey. Here, you'll find a community full of history and tradition. A community that Quaker surprised by transforming their arena kitchen into a Quaker breakfast bar. Stocked with our Canadian whole grain oats, it's now a place to gather, to eat, and to celebrate. We're proud to feed the passion for hockey in the place where it all started. Because we believe no matter where you're from, you've got this.
Welcome back to the Jack Simpson for the 2026 U Sport Men's Basketball Final Eights. And right now, it has been all about UBC. They are leading in every category of this game, including the lead right now, shooting 55% from downtown and making good off of those turnovers as well.
Yeah, and again, their defense leading to offense right now for UBC. We saw that transition attack flourish here in the first quarter. TMU getting a little bit of momentum on their transition attack of their own, so we'll see how they come out with 6:40 to go here in the half.
They go down in the paint again.
Extra steps there. So 2 consecutive turnovers here forced by TMU, starting to play a little bit more bold basketball.
Toss, dangerous pass, almost stolen away there by Roberts. And that time it's stolen away by Dada, but he can't hold on to the rock. So I believe it will stay TMU here. Toth will inbound. Rooms gets it in. Back to Toth. Mid-range J, no good. Fight for the rebound down low. Now back in the attack. Gauthier passed it ahead to Dada. Roberts faked it off. 3-ball, no good. Toth gets the rebound. Bold pushing it up. Toth takes contact, gets it inside. Stays patient, can't get it. But Wilson will go to the line and shoot a pair here.
Oh, much better here for TMU. Midway through this second quarter, they're going to go back to the free throw line once again. Aiden Wilson. It split that first trip, and that's one area again that has been a spot of bother for this Bold team on the year. They're last in free throw percentage in the OUA, 4th worst in the nation, and they've only gotten worse in the playoffs. They're down to 57% from the charity stripe thus far, so certainly something to keep an eye on, especially if this game's to get a bit closer. Those points that you leave behind at the free throw area. Got a line violation there, so one more crack at it for Aiden Wilson to try to do better than the split.
We're almost halfway through here in the second right now. Each team with a timeout remaining. 3 team fouls on UBC, 1 on TMU. And Gutsmore will check back into the game. Abera passes it off to Cote. They try to go down low in the post. And we have a foul down low.
Yeah, UBC doing a really good job getting that ball inside out. Ojla there getting fouled underneath, and that's one thing we haven't seen as much from the Bold on the offensive side. They've been settling for threes, but they haven't really got that interior action against the zone.
3-ball, no good. Wilson got the rebound. Down low, nice bounce pass. Wilson saves it, gets it back out. Passed around. Toth loses the rock. Abera, he drives in, can't get it. And some more shots coming up here for the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, he's a little slow to get up. Taking more contact there. Zeru Abera, the Burnaby guard. See one more look. As he gets ready to take these 2 free throws for UBC. Just a little shift there at the end. Close one for Kelsey, but looked like the right call there. And now 3 team fouls apiece halfway through this second.
Vera has 2 points so far. Make it 3 after getting that one to go down. .518 left here. Good on that one. Substitution coming in here. Tommy will check back in. Pass back. Toth almost loses it, fighting down low, and UBC just continues to put that pressure on.
They are fired up there. As Akinkunmi needed to be restrained a little bit after getting that tie up. He's feeling himself right now on the defensive side. The second time we're going to see UBC awarded with that tie-up call.
Tommy, guarded by Gutsmore. They want the ball down low. They get it to Gazina. Gazina tried to float it down low, but not able to connect. Ball goes out. 41-24. Gutsmore, who started the scoring off for the Bold, has it. Dishes it across to Toth. Toth, step back, fade away. Almost tipped in. It's all over the place. Tommy comes up with it though. Pass it ahead. See what the call is here. It'll be a foul. That'll be on Gutsmore. That'll be his second foul.
And again, Dada doing a good job attacking the hoop and drawing that whistle call, the fourth now.
Staying patient underneath and blocked. Gutsmore tries to go down low and another steal by UBC. Akinkunmi coming up with that one, and he seems to be in the middle of all those plays.
Yeah, and right now trouble for this TMU squad is Andreas Silkonix. Slow to get up after getting rolled up on there. So it's Silkonix who gets the worst of it, and yet it's going to be free throws for Akinkunmi as the Bold now in have now reached 5 fouls. UBC in bonus, excuse me.
CBC Sports is the home of university sports in Canada. Catch the best U Sport women's hockey teams as they face off in the 2026 Miller Waste Systems U Sports Women's Hockey Championship in Woolwich, Ontario. The action begins Thursday, March 19th on CBC Gem, cbcsports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. Go down low, big time three, they get it to go.
And again, some inside out there, sets it up against this zone. Really need to have that paint touch going against these 2-3 zones that we're seeing.
Almost, and it is stolen away there, Gutsmore. Pass in the corner, back-to-back threes, no. Fight for the rebound, and Dada's able to come up with it, passes it ahead. Tommy slowing it down a little bit. Going for three. Off the glass, count it!
Why not?
11 points now for him in this one. Back in the corner, three ball, good. Goalborn able to knock down a Trey, his first bucket of the ball game.
Yeah, Gazina just getting caught on that screen, got to work over top of it quicker. A nice skip pass there from TMU, starting to build some offensive rhythm.
Tommy goes down low, loose ball. Goalborn has it. Spin cycle, trying to take on all the Thunderbirds, passes it back. Gutsmore threads it inside. Finds a dunk! Posterization! Folded by Goldberg. 46-32 for UBC. You're watching the 2026 U Sport Men's Basketball Final 8, presented by Student Housing Calgary on CBC. And right now, you're seeing a little bit momentum coming here for TMU. What are you seeing differently that's leading to them starting to find a little bit momentum here with 2:34 left here in the half?
I think those early paint touches in the half court are so important for this Bold team. Really, you get that inside-out action. It frees up a couple shooters. They've knocked down a couple threes, and then that's what it leads to right there, that timeout call, where now you're starting to think about some of these shooters a little bit if you're UBC, and that leads that wide open lane to the hoop, a nice dump down and finish. And like we said, they really just had to withstand that early barrage, which they haven't really been up for much this playoff run, but they've kind of found their footing here in this second quarter, playing UBC basically even 18-17 right now here in the second, and we'll see what they can do to close this one out and try to claw back from this early deficit.
And, you know, important to note, too, they did a lot of that run without Aaron Rooms, who just checked back in the ball game.
Yeah, I think that's a sign of how important these last couple minutes are. Empty the tank right now here if you're Aaron Rooms in this Bold team to try to find a way to get this back to within 10 at the half.
Gauthier trying to look into the corner for Roberts. Roberts lines up, can't get the three to go. Ball goes out. Roberts tried to save it. Rooms comes up with it. It's a jump ball, I believe.
Well, right now these 50-50 balls are 90-10 balls for UBC. They're not going to get the possession there, but they will flip that arrow. Nice extra effort there from Roberts.
Yeah, that's a great point there, Jack. They are on everything so far in this one. Ball goes in there to Louis Jean. Louis Jean. Go in the corner. Three ball. Can't get that one to go. Fight for the rebound. It's Roberts. Roberts going downhill. Connects. Oh, big time denial. Goal burn. Posterization on one side. A few plays later, absolute SWAT city by DeAndre Goldborn.
The transition defense there with an exclamation point. We'll see one more look if we can before this inbound. We're going to get the foul before the ball's inbounded. So free throws coming right now for UBC, much to the chagrin of the Bold and head coach Dave Diavaro. Right now this free throw battle continuing to weigh in the favor of UBC. They're 13 of 14 to make it 14 of 15 from the charity stripe. Just 4 trips to the free throw line for the Bold.
Yeah, the only thing not really working on the UBC side right now, 1 of 12 from downtown. It's the only thing they haven't been able to connect. They've had the looks as Dada checks back in, but they haven't been able to connect from downtown.
Yeah, I mean, as we said in the open, both these teams love to let you shoot the three, and they love to make it as difficult as possible on you. Not surprised to see both teams struggling from three-point range.
Louis Jean passed it back. Gutsmore, 3 ball. It's good. 13 now for him. Downhill. Dada. 2 hands for safety. 7 points now to match his number. Rooms fighting off some contact. Pass it back to Louis Jean. And it will stay with TMU, it looks like.
We got 12 seconds here on the shot clock. We're just going to get a,
we have a wet spot
cleaned up on the other end of the floor. Everybody's safety here at work as we get our mop boy hard at work here. Looking like a future star of the UFC Dinos men's curling team that won the U Sport title earlier this year. See if the Dinos men basketball squad can find their way to a similar fate later tonight.
Shot clock winding down. Gutsmore. Spin cycle, fade away. No good. Rebound is loose. And UBC comes up with it. Pass ahead to Dada. Tommy looking for a screen. Guarded by Louis Jean, and going to be a foul right there. That'll be his second on Louis Jean.
Well, they are certainly not getting the benefit of the whistle on their point of attack defense, as this bonus continues to loom large here for UBC. More free throws coming, and hold Tommy the player you want to send there.
That one to go down. 52 seconds left. TMU has one timeout left. As Jack mentioned earlier, 5 fouls by them, 3 by UBC right now. And we are going to have a timeout by TMU with 52 seconds left. Right now, UBC leads in this one, 52-35. You're watching the 2026 U Sport Men's Basketball Final 8 presented by Student Housing Calgary on CBC. And now with this timeout right here, what do you think TMU is looking to do here, potentially having a chance for a 2-for-1?
Yeah, like we talked about, needing to find a way to build a little bit of momentum into this half. Really got to wipe what's been a disappointing defensive performance early on away, and like you said, find a couple of good looks here to close out this half. Aaron Rooms has had a lot of success. They haven't really thrown as much attention his way as I thought we might see. He's been able to get open a few times and really just play against single coverage. So look to get the ball into White 12's hands. And then they need to do a little better job of crashing that glass as well, as you see Dave Diavaro there working with his team.
Let's maybe see if we can get a, ended it right there. I was going to see if we can get a quick word from him, but he ended it before we could get to that. But we have 52 seconds left. UBC right now leads 52-35. And Gazina leads the way right now with 11 points on 5 of 6 shooting right now for them. Big possession here for TMU. Rooms hands it off. Shot clock. Getting down there. Rooms. Can't get that one to go. Nice rebound there by Louis Jean. He was fouled. It looked to be there by Tommy. And it is. So that'll be 4 fouls now on UBC. That's the first on Tommy. 14 seconds on the shot clock. 35 left here in the half. Inside to Rooms. Immediately gets it back to Louis Jean. Down low. Rooms. Mid-range jumper is good. Shot clock, game clock, about 2 seconds different. Goldburn with some tight D right now on Tommy. Tommy steps back. Under 10 on the shot clock. Roberts for 3. Knocks it down. That's a tray, baby. And that will take us to the half. And at the end, leading into the half, UBC leads right now 55-37. You're watching the 2026 U Sport Men's Basketball Final 8, presented by Student Housing Calgary on CBC. And it's been quite a quarter, and I believe we're going to go and throw to an interview right here.
So, Coach, it was a little bit of a difficult first half for your team. What is the message going into halftime here?
You know, we're struggling a little bit with our zone offense. We're not making some shots, but our transition defense has not been very good. They're just running layups on us, and so we have to get better in our transition defense.
So it seems like so far in this game early, it's only been 2 players that have been able to get some points going. How do you get the rest of the team going on offense?
Look, they got to make shots. They got to be confident in everything that they do.
Thank you very much.
Benefits $5,000 half-court shot contest.
Right now, UBC leads. You're watching the Final 8 presented by Student Housing Calgary on CBC. UBC leads.
Le sport en direct sur ici-tout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles. Des athlètes de grand talent. Des sports de haut niveau. Tout ça sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est simple et gratuit sur ici-tout.tv.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks. Just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
Welcome back to the Jack Simpson Gymnasium. It's now time to learn a little bit more and share the stories of student athletes competing in this year's Final 8 tournament. Here is 2 minutes with Gabriel Gutsmore.
My name is Gabriel Gutsmore. I'm in my 3rd year in studying business management, and I play for Toronto Metropolitan University. I got started in basketball with some recreational leagues, little leagues, when I was younger. And then I tried out for my school teams. And then throughout those years, I played in America, in Atlanta, and then now I'm here playing for Toronto Metropolitan University. I describe my style of play very defensively on the defensive side. My game starts on the defensive side and then it transitions to my offense. My team has helped me become a better player because they were great leaders. When I first came to Toronto Metropolitan University, they showed me the ropes, how to balance school, life, and basketball. I look up to most of my parents. My parents, they brought me to all my games, encouraged me throughout my whole time playing basketball, and without them, I wouldn't be here today. What has been the keys to my team's success has been the defensive end. We're really good at communicating, and we really trust each other on and off the court. So I'd say that is a very beneficial to us on the court. It's a great experience. Not a lot of people get to experience being a youth sports athlete. So it helped me make connections and meet new people. And overall, it's been a great, fun experience. This whole season has been leading up to this moment. And a national is one of the biggest things anyone could ask for. So I feel like this week, this tournament has great value, showing like what we have, what other teams have, and the overall competition of Ontario or Canada.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
Feel every hit, point, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline. Our passionate team unlocks a world of possibilities with digital broadcasting made simple, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. Proudly Canadian, ISI Live, be there.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back to the Jack Simpson. Well, we saw the TMU side. Let's go to the UBC side and introduce another student athlete talking about this year's Final 8 tournament. This is UBC's Holt Tommy.
Hi, I'm Holt Tommy. I'm a 5th year student in general studies in my 5th year and play point guard. I got started in basketball just as a young kid. I have a big family. My older brothers played, and I just kind of picked it up from there. And I don't know, rugged, just grind, and I don't know. I don't think I'm very good, so I just play as hard as I can. My teammates have helped me become a better player, and I don't know. They lift me up. They let me know, like I guess I can play still, and I guess give me a lot of confidence every day in practice. I think just resiliency. We started off the year 2-2 in the regular season, and really bounced back. And every time we've been down, we've come back. So that's why we're excited for this weekend. Or this week, I guess we've just lost the game, and usually we bounce back pretty well. Being a U Sports student athlete, I mean, it's awesome. It's great. This is my 5th year doing it. First year with UBC, but it's been a pleasure and an honor. I just say, I think my greatest accomplishment in basketball is I think everybody who I've played with thinks that I play as hard as I can every game I play and every practice. So I think it's just easily accessible, right? All you need is a ball and a hoop. You can play outside, I guess, in the summer, not really in the winter in Canada. In Vancouver you can, but not everywhere. But I think just the easy accessibility, and I think it's pretty fun too. We're just looking forward to competing. I think what makes us special, we got 10 guys, 10, 11, 12 guys who play, and I think it's just, it's a special group, and we're ready to, compete tomorrow.
Where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated, Ontario University Athletics.
That's embarrassing. It's not embarrassing. Using FIG for a home improvement loan.
A quick, simple, and transparent offer in minutes. Borrow better with FIG.
Life just got real. You got into university. Fully furnished, all-inclusive student housing for peace of mind. This is your first taste of adult life, independence, momentum, possibility. A community that's ready for you, with everything you need to be your best self. Space to focus, enough room to breathe. A place that's truly yours, with space for the people you'll meet along the way. Minutes from campus. Student Housing Calgary. This is where it starts.
Thanks, Brandon, right there. Fantastic job. As now we get ready, just about 2 minutes until we get back here to the half, and got to showcase off two great players. What do you take away from both those two great players that we saw so far in this ball game?
Yeah, Gutsmore right now with a game-high 13 points, really trying to buoy this comeback effort for the Bold. And on the other side, Tommy right now, 6 points, all of them coming at the free throw line, as we'll see some of those highlights from the first half. And Tommy right now looking like he did in the playoffs against Manitoba. He was 11 of 11 in that contest at the charity stripe. But we see here early on, again, the success that UBC has had getting to that painted area, really dominating the interior. And then, again, like we talked about in the open, the three-point line going to be so important. And it's really in a subtle way, but both these teams will let you take a ton of threes, but they're very specific in what threes they allow you to take, ones that are early in the shot clock, above the break, or from people you don't really necessarily want shooting it. And I think we've seen that pay a lot of dividends for UBC. You might look at it and say, well, 27% for TMU from distance, that's not that bad, but 22 attempts already in the opening 20 minutes from the Bold. They average just 26 on the year, so they've really been taken out of their typical game plan and forced to kind of take some of these open threes. You see that three-point battle right now. And like we said, that's going to really be where this game's won or lost. And it doesn't hurt that UBC really also having a huge benefit at the free throw line, 17 of 18 at the charity stripe, plus 14, in that department.
One thing that we don't see there in the stats is the steals right now, 9 steals from UBC, and they've done such an efficient job of turning that into points.
Yeah, like we said, that first quarter was a dream for them. We'll see if they can come out of the third much the same way and really try to put this one out of reach. But we know TMU's going to have a couple more counter punches before this one's all said and done.
55-37 as we get ready for the third quarter of action. You're watching the 2026 U Sport Men's Basketball Final 8 presented by Student Housing Calgary on CBC. And we will see who will advance to the semifinals. 20 minutes for UBC to advance to the semifinals, or will TMU be able to find a comeback and keep their dreams of a national championship alive? Inside alley to start us off. Can't get that one to go. Toss goes inside, denied at the rim right there. And coming right back is Goulbourne. Goulbourne really picked up his game in that second quarter and starts off strong here in the third.
And it starts on the offensive glass, like you said, third best in the OUA in offensive rebounding. Need to do a better job of that.
Tommy posting up. Deadeye, bullseye, can't get that three to go down. Fight for the rebound, it's batted around. We'll start with it again. Hold Tommy. Pass it back. Didn't like that shot there by Gorson. Almost stolen away. Gorson, as the shot clock winds down, can't get it. Rebound there by Wilson. Now, in the corner, Rooms, pump fake. Down low to Wilson. He gets it to go. So some momentum shifting here for the Bold.
Again, starting to stack up some offensive trips. Can they do it on the defensive side as well? This is where they make their money, where they cut their teeth. They have not allowed more than 90 points on the season. UBC with over 50 at the break.
And there's going to be a foul there on Gus Gorson right there. And if there's another scorer coming up here, you would expect a potential timeout even early on here from UBC.
Yeah, they've been really good, Phil Jalalapur, in using those timeouts. We'll see if we get an early one or not.
For that corner three, pass back. Toss. They're going to go for the corner three again. Gets it to go! Knocking down the tray right there. Gabriel Gutsmore. It's an 11-point lead.
Yeah, extra pass turns a good shot into a great one there in rhythm.
And it's going the other way. Momentum shifting to the Bold.
Oh, that's more like it here for TMU. 3 straight stops, 3 straight scores. And can they build one more here? A nice sprint to start the third.
Here's Toth. Gets it inside to Wilson. Back to Gutsmore. Gutsmore tried to dump it inside to find rooms, but it was stolen away. Roberts. Fadeaway jumper. Looked like Toth had something behind. Gertson can't get it to go. Passed ahead. Trying to get it back to single digits here. Goldborn finds Toth. Nice bounce pass inside. Tried to get that second pass there. Did rooms to find Wilson. But there's a foul there on Tommy. That's his second. Substitution coming in here as Gauthier checks back in.
Yeah, Aaron doing a really good job of facilitating right now for his team in this second. Part of this 7-0 run has been getting him the ball in that nail area and watching him distribute.
Goldborn to Gutsmore. Gutsmore. Fadeaway Jay can't get it to go. That's Roberts with the rebound. Roberts looking back. Hands the ball off. And Wilson's going to pick up the foul right there. And that's a big one. That's the third on Wilson, and then a little bit of extra going on right there. But that's Wilson. A huge foul there on Wilson is with his third foul.
And he's fortunate not to have picked up any more. A lot of talk there getting in the grill of Akin Kundi.
55-44. Fadeaway is good. Big time bucket there from Tommy to stop the run by TMU.
Yeah, we've seen old Tommy do that so often. A former MRU Cougar, a Calgary product here.
Gutsmore lines up. Can't get the tray to go down. Toth. Mid-range jumper from Wilson. He can't get it. Trying to fight for the rebound. Gozina jumps on it. Gets it ahead. Tommy leading the break. Dishes it in the corner. Three ball. No good. Roberts underneath. He's blocked. And two shots coming up as multiple subs getting ready to come in for the Thunderbirds. And same with TMU. I believe we have a timeout, and we do have a timeout for the Bold. Right now, UBC leads 57-44. You're watching the 2026 U Sports Men's Basketball Final 8 presented by Student Housing Calgary on CBC.
Delaney, Northwest Territories, the birthplace of hockey. Here, you'll find a community full of history and tradition. A community that Quaker surprised by transforming their arena kitchen into a Quaker breakfast bar. Stocked with our Canadian whole grain oats, it's now a place to gather, to eat, and to celebrate. We're proud to feed the passion for hockey in the place where it all started. Because we believe no matter where you're from, you've got this.
TMU having a little bit of a surge here in this third quarter, a 7-2 run to start us off here, Jack.
Yeah, it really started on the defensive side. They certainly brought the energy coming out of the break, and we'll see how UBC can try to counteract that, but a much better performance for David Diavaro's squad. David Diavaro, one of the best coaches here in the nation. He's the 25-26 OUA Coach of the Year. This is the 9th time he's won a Conference Coach of the Year award. And he became just the 19th coach in Canada West to get 500 career wins earlier this year. So we'll see what magic he can draw up for this team to try to claw their way back into this one.
It seems he did a pretty good job at the half, kind of getting them back to finding their game. This free throw right there. They got it to within 11 here. Louis Jean in the corner. Rooms didn't like that one. Shot clock under 10. Rooms from the arch. Can't get that three to go down. Roberts with another rebound. Gauthier passes it back to Tommy. 6 minutes and change left here in the third. Goldborn with some strong defense. And he looks like he forced it out of bounds. Yes, he did, as Dada will check back in for UBC.
They continue to stack up stops right now. We're going to get a swap on the floor as Abera is going to come in. Tommy's going to check out of the game.
Here comes Toth. Rooms up top. Louis Jean. From the arch. I'm loving it from downtown. Louis Jean. Back to within 11. The closest that they have gotten. Abera. Scoop shot, can't get it. Chance to get it back to a single-digit lead here for the Bold. From three, gets it to go! Louis Jean knocks down the tray. It is an 8-point lead. UBC now leads 58-50. You're watching the 2026 U Sport Men's Basketball Final 8, presented by Student Housing Calgary on CBC. And Louis Jean, we saw when he came in beforehand, he did a good job with his defense and some facilitation of helping TMU at that point start to kind of creep back in the game. Now he's doing it with his shooting.
Yeah, a couple huge threes back-to-back there for Maxime Louis Jean. Shoots over 30% from distance on the season, 4 attempts per game. He's already up over 6 here tonight. And really bringing this team back, like you said, both ends of the floor defensively and also distributing. He's got 4 assists right now for this TMU squad. As we take a look at the UBC huddle there, Phil Jalalapur talking with his squad, the interim head coach. I feel like we could take that tag off of him. He's done such a good job here in his debut season. Previously served as an assistant coach with UBC and also played for the T-Birds back in the late 2010s.
What are you seeing different that UBC is not doing that what they did in the last half?
Well, again, I think offensively they haven't had as much success getting to the rim here, but it's a lot more credit to what TMU is doing than what UBC hasn't been able to get done. The energy's certainly been there for the Bold on the defensive side.
Gauthier, Dada, can't get that one to go. Loose ball. Roberts tried to save it. It goes to Toth. Toth tried to get it to Louis Jean to find his 3rd 3 in a row, but that's gonna have to hold off for a little bit. It'll be Toth inbounding. He gets it in. Louis Jean, pass the back, Rooms. He drives in, takes some contact, gets it to go. It's now a 2-possession ball game. Dada gets it ahead, stolen away by Toth. Toth now leading the break. Finds Rooms, pump fake, didn't like it. Floater, buckets!
It's time for Aaron Rooms right now to take control of this game. See a little bit more attention given to Maxime Louis Jean. Rooms is making the most of it right now. Rooms with the view on offense.
Gauthier can't get that to roll in. Another rebound. All the momentum right now with the Bold. Goldborn. Back to Rooms. Toth. Fadeaway jumper. No good. Roberts with the rebound. Roberts with 11 points in this one. Trying to find something to stop this run. He gets it back down low in the post. Passed across. Gauthier. He can't get it to go. Now here's Toth. Pauses. Finds Goldburn. Guarded by Dada. Louis Jean. Driving in. Underneath. Can't get it to go. And he has 2 shots coming up here to get this to a 1-possession game.
17-3 quarter right now for the Bold, and free throws coming to try to make it even tighter right now. And we're gonna get some big players for this UBC team back in the game. Gazina and Tommy checking back in before we get this free throw.
Louis Jean trying to get into double digits. And what a turnaround here from TMU, Jack.
Yeah, spark plug. And number 4 doing a lot of the heavy lifting there. And like we said, that really opens things up for Aaron Rooms. Had a couple of nice buckets here to build this incredible run that we've seen here in the third. 19-3.
Dada ends it up top to Tommy. Tommy takes some contact, goes in. No, it's going the other way. That's a charge. Now let's check the replay on that one, Jacko.
Yeah, it's going to be the third against Tommy, so regardless of if it's the right or the wrong call, it's a pivotal one. And it does look like a nice charge call there, so 5 team fouls now for UBC and 3 against Tommy.
Room sets a screen. Looking to get it back from in the corner. 3 ball. They have the lead!
Never say quit. This Bold team, they've been behind every game of the playoffs thus far, and they have found a way to get it done every game of the playoffs thus far.
DeAndre Goldburn knocks down the tray. It is now a 59-58 game. TMU leads. Whipped in the corner. They need this 3. They get the lead right back. Dada knocks down the tray. 61-59. First game here of the Final 8 from Calgary, Alberta at the legendary Jack Simpson. Gutsmore. That's Wilson. He can't get the mid-range J. Abera pushing the pace. Finds Dada. Going for 3. Can't get it. Off underneath. Before the shot went up, so we have free throws coming up here.
They're going to say before there instead of as he's going up, so we'll get a side out here, Josh. We're going to get Akinkunmi back into the game. Roberts taking a seat for UBC in this frenetic third quarter.
Dada gets it inside. Tommy will bring it back out. Guzina looking for a screen there. He gets it. In the corner, Abera pump fake. Shot clock winding down. Guzina, did I? Can't get that 3 to go down. Fight for the rebound. And it will be, I believe, TMU ball. Yes, it will be.
Well, that's the shot you're looking for if you're TMU to give up. Guzina at the top above the break. A wide right, and we see that tie up there. And Louis Jean slow to get up, but he looks like he's going to be all right. He's staying in the game, and Gertson's going to come in.
Yeah, Gertson is in for UBC, and Calsey will check in for TMU.
Just under 2 to go here, and UBC needing a stop as they find themselves in unfamiliar territory in this game, trailing 2.
Louis Jean tried to float it inside. UBC starting to pick their defense, going downhill. Laid in for 2 there. Nicola Guzina finds 2 right there. UBC back in the lead. You're watching the 2026 U Sports Men's Basketball Final 8 presented by Student Housing Calgary on CBC. UBC leads 63-59. And UBC, they took that big punch. Goldburn got that 3, took the lead over, and now UBC seems like they're settling back in and finding that game.
Yeah, we are in for a dogfight the rest of the way here. This has been a nice little counter punch by UBC leading to that timeout from David Diavaro as we see him in the huddle there, but what a third quarter for this TMU team, getting back to business on the defensive side, holding UBC right now to 8 points in this frame.
A tremendous job on both sides right now, but got to give it to UBC. You know, that 3 came and they did not flinch. They let it happen. They came right back on the other side. Dada knocked down that tray, and he's been huge right now. And you talked about how deep UBC goes, and they've showed it right there.
Yeah, and again, Dada, one of those players, he's originally part of the second unit for UBC in his first year. There's so many players on UBC that are in their first or second years that have been asked to fill pretty huge roles, and none more than Raj Dada. Like he said, he has been up to the task here tonight. He's at 10 points on the evening, 2 rebounds as well to his name, and he's on the floor with 90 seconds left.
63-59. 5 team fouls on UBC, 3 on TMU. Wilson up top, hands it off to Toth. Toth gets it back to Kalsi. Pump fake, finds some room, off the glass for 2. 1:10 left here. Tommy. Down low. Gazina almost stolen away there. Gazina past the back, tip ball. Nice take inside. Can't get that one to go down there for Gertson. Toss. 3 ball. No good. Rooms trying to get that, but Gazina takes it away from him. 35 seconds left here in the third. On the baseline. Are they gonna count it? We have a technical foul as well.
Oh, a third quarter that's gone all TMU way. A nightmare finish to it as we get a late continuation call on the and one, much to the displeasure of Dave Diavaro, who gets teed up. The refs are going to sort things out here, but I think we're going to get the and one. But first, these 2 free throws for the technical. We'll see if we get an explanation from the refs at all, but the single free throw from Tommy, first things first.
He can't get the tech to go down. So next the free throw here.
So now the free throw on the and one play for Akin Kunmi.
And he's able to get it to go down. 33 seconds left here for TMU. Trailing by 5. Toth gets to Wilson. Wilson gets it inside to Rooms. 2 more for Aaron Rooms. Shot clock is turned off. 1 possession ball game. Tommy. Guarded by Gutsmore. Gazina sets a screen. Trying to set another screen. Tommy showing off the handles. Back. 3 ball. No good. Rebound. Dada. Crazy pass. Oh my goodness. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter. UBC leads 66-63. You're watching the 2026 U Sports Men's Basketball Final 8 presented by Student Housing Calgary on CBC.
Life just got real. You got into university. Fully furnished, all-inclusive student housing for peace of mind. This is your first taste of adult life, independence, momentum, possibility. A community that's ready for you, with everything you need to be your best self. Space to focus, enough room to breathe. A place that's truly yours, with space for the people you'll meet along the way. Minutes from campus. Student Housing Calgary. This is where it starts.
Feel every hit, point, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline. Our passionate team unlocks a world of possibilities with digital broadcasting made simple, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. Proudly Canadian, ISI Live, be there.
Welcome back to the Jack Simpson Gymnasium. Right now, UBC leads 66-63 heading here into the fourth, Jack.
Yeah, clinging to that lead right now after a really strong third quarter. As we see some of the highlights from this TMU squad. A barrage in this third quarter led by Aaron Rooms and Maxime Louis-Jean. And so with 10 minutes to go here, we'll see what TMU magic is left here in the tank.
And let's look at the stats really quickly here, Jack.
Yeah, again, that three-point battle right now. UBC just 3 of 20 going against the best defense at that, three-point line in the country. Second best defense in the OUA in total.
TMU starts off with the ball here, trying to get a little bit closer in this one. Toth in the corner, 3-ball, it's good! Gabriel Gutsmore. 19 points, tie ball game. Gazina, nice finish there for 2. UBC's been so quick to take the lead right back. In the corner, Kalsi gets it back to Toth. He goes for 3 and gets it to go. TMU, their second lead here. Biggest lead has been 1. Gazina whips it in the corner. Dada for 3. Can't get that one to go. Here comes TMU, trying to grow this lead. Kalsi gets it back to Toth in the corner. Rooms, 3-ball, no good. Roberts looking ahead. Finds Tommy. Tommy, little fake off. Almost loses the rock, and then he does. Kalsi comes up with it. He stops. Gets it back up top. It's Toth. Looking for a pick. Back to Rooms. Gutsmore, shot clock's winding down. Gutsmore up, under, and in!
A nice use of the reach there, a little English on it on that reverse. And now a 3-point lead for TMU.
Rosina finds Tommy. 2 minutes have passed. Tommy, mid-range jumper, no good. Comes right back to him. Now he goes for the tray, and this time he knocks it down. 71 apiece. Tommy knocking down that tray.
Yeah, we said he's a Calgary product, and you hear that Calgary crowd cheering on Holt Tommy.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Rooms, deadeye, bullseye, bang! Aaron Rooms. 21 for the player of the year. Tommy trying to find a screen, trying to answer back. He does! Knocking down the tray!
We are in for some shot making here, folks. Anything you can do, I can do better. Tommy and Rooms.
Toth gets it right back. Kalsi finds Toth up top. And it took a while, but there's a goaltend and another 3. TMU back in the lead.
The threes are flowing like tap water here in the fourth.
Let's check the replay.
See there, just reaching in through the cylinder. Knocking that one out is Nylan Roberts. Right now that hoop looking like a hula hoop.
Does UBC have the answer? They've had the answer every single time, it seems like. Abera. They go down low. Soft touch for 2. 77-76. Toth finds Rooms, nice bounce pass, denied at the rim. What a block right there. Oh my goodness.
We're gonna get a foul on the play, but what a recovery there from Akin Kunmi. Pinning that one, let's see one more time. A spirited effort here at the Jack Simpson Gym. And they're going to say a foul there reaching in against TMU. It's going to be the second that goes against the Metropolitan here.
Ball goes off the foot right there and over and back. So 77 to 76. One timeout left for TMU, 2 for UBC. TMU currently has the lone foul so far in this quarter. It's Toth. Goldburn, who's back in the ball game. He goes from deep, gets it to go! Kevin Toth knocking down the tray. 4-point lead, 9 points for him. Abera driving in, dishing off. Roberts finds 2.
Good answer once again from UBC, getting north-south to the hoop.
They always seem to have an answer. Toth trying to find someone, can't get that one to go there for Goldburn. Here's Abera. Drives in, soft touch, can't get it, but it looks like he's gonna go to the line for an opportunity to tie this ball game up. 5 minutes and change left here in the fourth. Substitution coming in here. It will be
again, it's where they've really had success tonight is at the free throw line. And these are 2 big ones for Abera midway through this fourth.
That one goes down.
One away from retying this game. UBC 20 of 23 at the free throw line. Plus 15 in that department. Now let's make it plus 16, and we got a tie game, folks.
Tie game here, 80 apiece. Rooms finds Toth. Toth has had the hot hand. Looking for a screen, and that's a little bit too much of a screen right there from Dorsey. Dorsey will pick up the foul, that's his 3rd. And that's 3 now on TMU with 5:04 left here in the fourth.
Continue to be aggressive if you're UBC. Force that whistle to get blown.
This will be Abera. Looking for a screen. And I think we have a reach-in foul right there against Louis Jean. And we're gonna have a timeout. We are tied 80 apiece right now. You're watching the 2026 U Sport Men's Basketball Final 8 presented by Student Housing Calgary on CBC.
That's embarrassing. You know it's not embarrassing? Using FIG for a home improvement loan.
A quick, simple, and transparent offer in minutes. Or better with FIG.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back to the Jack Simpson Gymnasium here in Calgary, Alberta. We are tied 80 apiece. Jack, the madness has already begun, and we are in for a fantastic finish here.
Yeah, and the shot making has really come alive here in the second half. TMU shooting 9 of 12, 75% from beyond the arc in that third. And the first 5 minutes here of the fourth, they have been on fire to get back into this game. We see, what does UBC have left in the tank to try to close this one out? They're going to have 14 seconds on the shot clock coming out of the timeout.
Gets it into Dada. This is Tommy. Soft touch, can't go down for him. Try to fight for his rebound. It's going the other way.
Another nice possession there for UBC coming out of a inbound. That one they come up empty, but a good look nonetheless.
Almost picked off right there by Abera. Toth finds Rooms, gets it right back. Mid-range Jay, good.
Toth is coming alive here in this second. He's got 3 triples, and now he's up to 11 points.
Abera trying to find a screen. Roberts is thinking about the 3, didn't like it. Swings it across for 3.
We got a pigeon.
We got a pigeon. I believe that's the first pigeon we've seen at the Jack Simpson, I think for me, ever.
We got the bingo card out here, folks. We had a wedgie earlier in the year. We had a ledgie, rarely seen, and now a pigeon. We are in for a treat here at U Sports.
And that will be going the other way. Tommy will inbound. Two-point ball game, 4 left in the 4th. Tommy driving, trying to dish it off. It's going the other way.
That's the right call there. Jalalapur calling for a tie-up on the defense there, but a good charge call. And now the 4th personal foul against Tommy. He's had 2 offensive fouls here in this half.
And the 14 foul, the first team foul, 14 fouls on TMU. Rooms looking down low, denied. Rooms for 3, can't get it to go. Gazina gets the rebound. Gets it to Roberts. Dada was open in the far corner, but they couldn't find him in time. Gazina showing some handles. He loses the rock. Toth hands it off. Pump fake. Gets it right back. Corner 3, no good. Fight for the rebound. It's Rooms. He passed it back out. Rooms from the arch. Shot clock winding down. Off balance shot, can't get it. UBC saves the ball. Inside, Gazina can't get it. Tips it for the second time and it won't go down. Ball goes out of bounds.
Everything but the finish there for Nikola Gazina. He gets a high five there from Tommy, trying to reset here.
Tommy in the corner. Can't get that one to go down. 2:50 left here. TMU trying to grow their lead. Dorsey. Pass inside to Gutsmore. Back to Rooms from the arch from downtown. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Gauthier. Pass ahead to Roberts. Roberts on the baseline. Inside, soft touch. Gauthier with his 8 points of the afternoon. Tie ball game. 82 apiece. Gutsmore finds Tauth. Tauth inside, up, can't get it to go. Rooms gets the rebound, count it!
Well, who else but Aaron Rooms? Back-to-back Conference Player of the Year, U Sports Player of the Year. And now is a chance at the 3-point play with 2 minutes to go to put him up 3. A nice drive to the rim by Toth there sets it up. And Rooms cleanup duty.
2 minutes left. Remember, UBC still has 2 timeouts remaining. TMU with 1. Dada. Splash! Knocking down the tray. Tie. Ball game once again. 1:51 left here. Louis Jean. Finds Toth. Toth for 3! You can put on the board. Toth from downtown.
He is nails here in the 4th. What a quarter. What a half for Kevin Toth.
90 seconds. Tommy, spin cycle. Gets it to go! 88-87, 16 points. Toth, who's had the hot hand. Floater, buckets. (90-87), approaching the final minute here of the fourth. Tommy trying to find some room. Off balance shot, can't get it. Gazina gets the rebound. He loses the ball, gets it back, and then is fouled.
That's going to be 5 now against the Metro here in the fourth, so shooting the rest of the way for UBC. And huge free throws coming for Nikola Gazina. First things first, we're going to get a stoppage here, it looks like. They're just saying the substitution's going to have to take place after this timeout. We'll see. They are going to give us the timeout. So 58 to go and a stoppage here. Catch your breath, folks.
It's 90-87 for TMU. You're watching the 2026 U Sports Men's Basketball Final 8, presented by Student Housing Calgary on CBC.
Again, 21 of 24 at the free throw line are the T-Birds tonight, 88%. They have dominated that area, and they have a chance to get 2 big points here back at the free throw line coming out of this timeout. But what shot making from Kevin Toth in the Bold here in this second half. He's up to 16 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds, and 4 makes from distance. He is feeling himself right now.
Yeah, he's been absolutely on fire. What a comeback for this TMU team to be at this point right now.
Yeah, again, never quit Bold. We talked about it, down every game in that OUA playoffs and found ways to get it done. And right now they have found it on the back of some torrid three-point shooting from Kevin Toth and this Bold offense. After having 6 makes from beyond the arc in the first half, they're up to 16, 10 of them coming here in this second half.
Some big free throws here. So now 5 fouls on TMU, 2 on UBC. Gazina will head to the line. And he cannot get the first one to go down.
Now again, 2 things to think about it for UBC. 1, you do have only 2 team fouls. You might have to rack them up in a hurry if you want to send it to the free throw line for that type of a conclusion to this game, as we get the second one to go. And the second thing is just those struggles at the charity stripe that the Bold have had this year. Again, 4th worst in the nation during the regular season and down to 57% in the playoffs. So if they want to make it a longer game and start fouling, they might be able to benefit from it as UBC.
So here's Toth from 3 one more time. Bang! Knocks down the tray! Big time 3 by a big time player. Tommy trying to answer back, can't get it. It looked like Toth tried to get the rebound but couldn't fully bring it in.
Well, this game belongs to Kevin Toth. I know he's sharing the floor with the U Sports Player of the Year, but what a game for the Mississauga product.
Pass back out underneath. Can't go down, bounces everywhere except in, but then it goes into the hands of Aaron Rooms and TMU, who are 23 seconds away from coming all the way back and advancing to the semifinals.
Well, again, this is where it hurts you, only having those 2 team fouls. They now gotta get a couple quick ones. You try to get the steal and otherwise a quick whistle. And you gotta wonder, with 50 seconds left in this game, if you don't just try to extend it and start intentionally fouling or forcing the refs to call it, trying to get some steals, and instead you get that Toth 3.
There's a foul. They need 2 more before we'll shoot. No, 1 more, excuse me. 1 more before we're shooting here.
22 seconds on the clock. Shot clock turned off. And again, I think just 1 possession too late for these fouls to start coming.
That's looking like that. A little bit loose there. There's the foul right there. It'll be Gutsmore who is fouled there.
Akinkumi continues to be in the center of the action here tonight as we get some words exchanged, and it's going to be offsetting technicals there between Aaron Rooms and Akinkumi. Give him credit, he has brought the energy tonight for this UBC team. He's going to take a seat now. And so with 19 seconds to go, we got one more crack at it here for UBC to try to get that quick steal or foul to force free throws.
Just trying to sort out everything right here. First off, we'll have Gutsmore shooting here. And Jack, what did you see? Again, I've asked this before in the third when the run was happening. What did UBC do so differently that's led to TMU coming back, or is it more what TMU did?
Well, again, coming into this game, we talked about that three-point line and just how both these teams like to let their opponents let it fly. UBC allows the most threes in Canada West by a wide margin. 3 more allowed threes per game than the next closest team. And so, you know, that's certainly part of their defense to give those shots up, and you got to credit TMU and Kevin Toth. They really started knocking them down here in this second half as finally we get the real ruling. They were deciding whether it was 4 team fouls or 5. They're going to say 5. And so Gutsmore makes the first free throw, a big one for this TMU team.
Trying to get to 95, which he does. UBC bringing it down, almost losing it. Abera goes for 3, keeps some hopes alive for UBC. And then a quick foul with 11 seconds left here.
We'll see what Toth can do at the free throw line now for this Bold team. Again, that had been an issue for them all season, the free throw line, but limited attempts there tonight, and they've made the most of them, 8 of 9, so credit them again, 57% from the free throw line in the playoffs, and now 90% when you've needed them most here at the Jack.
Free throws coming in the clutch right now for TMU. And now UBC will use their final timeout of the fourth quarter. Right now, TMU leads 97-91. You're watching the 2026 U Sport Men's Basketball Final 8, presented by Student Housing Calgary on CBC. Jack?
Well, again, now the focus shifts to the TMU defensive side. Just got to play clean and force this one to run out the clock. And again, we talked about it, 91 points. That's a season high that they've given up here to this T-Birds team. But in the second half, they've held them to under 40. So not only has the shooting come alive, but the defense has responded as well for the Bold.
It's just been a fantastic overall game from the Bold. They had that run in the third, and then they did not really look back in any way. And it just, you know, you look at the 2 quarters, so different. 28 points, 27, and then 25 in the fourth for UBC. It's that 11 in the third that really caught them.
Yeah, their defense got them back into their game, and their offense is going to win it for them. What a second half for this Bold, putting everybody on notice.
And we talked about those steals. They had those 9 steals going to the half, just 2 the rest here of this half.
Yeah, again, that second half has not been kind to these T-Birds. And so with 11 on the clock, they're going to need a quick bucket and then some magic. What can hold Tommy Trigger in for him?
Going deep to Roberts. Roberts can't get it. There's a rebound right there, and there'll be no foul. TMU comes all the way back, and they punch their ticket to the semifinals of the men's basketball Final 8.
Will never say die for the Bold. What a resilient bunch. Kevin Toth, Aaron Rooms, and this squad. No quit in them. They respond from a huge deficit, 28-15 after that first quarter. And they found a way. Credit Dave Diavero for bringing this team back, keeping their composure, and showcasing so much resiliency here tonight.
What an absolute fantastic comeback for TMU, for this UBC team. Unfortunate heartbreak in back-to-back games. First to Victoria and now today to TMU.
Yeah, we're going to get a chance to see UBC tomorrow on the consolation semi side. They'll be playing the loser of Carleton and Laval. TMU right now ecstatic to be moving on, and a chance at their first U Sport Final 8 gold medal performance.
And you mentioned that Carleton and Laval game. That game is coming up next here on CBC Sports, so stay tuned for that game coming up momentarily here. We're going to get ready coming up here for our Nike players of the game coming up in a second here. But just a phenomenal effort on the TMU side to come back here, Jack.
Yeah, resiliency is a powerful thing, and Kevin Toth and this TMU squad deserve all the credit in the world. We're looking forward to seeing them continue that journey tomorrow.
Pour reprendre les prix, veuillez accueillir Ben Match.
The Nike Team Player of the Game from the UBC Thunderbirds, forward number 13, Toby Akinkunmi.
Le joueur du match Nike de UBC, le numéro 13, Toby Akinkunmi.
When I met you in the summer.
And the Nike Team Player of the Game for the TMU Bold, number 12, guard Aaron Rooms.
Et le joueur du match Nike de TMU, le numéro 12, Aaron Rooms.
Sorry, guys. Guys, we got to get a photo in here. Thank you.
Congratulations, both teams, on a match well fought.
Félicitations aux deux équipes pour un match âprement disputé.
Here today, Aaron,
And
the
thank you for
comeback
coming out
victory. What did you guys change going into halftime to come get this one?
We just remembered who we are. You know, we came out flat this game. First half was rough. Came out halftime just trying to remember who we are and our brand of basketball, and it worked out for us.
That third quarter was mightily, mightily impressive for you, showing off why you were the player of the year. What a game for you here today.
Yeah, man, I just credit my teammates. You know, it was a collective effort. You know, one man can't win a championship, one man can't win a game. So shout out my teammates. You know, everything that I was doing on the floor was because of them.
Semifinals, how does that feel?
Feels great. We're still dancing. We're just going to do our best. Take one game at a time.
Thank you very much, Aaron.
Aaron Rooms, the Nike Player of the Game. Congratulations to Aaron on a fantastic game.
Yeah, I mean, if that's a sign of what we're to have to come, we are in for a treat here at the Jack Simpson. An electric first game here of the U Sport Final 8. Can't wait for a little bit more.
Next up on CBC, it'll be Carleton and Laval. Don't miss that one. Thank you for everyone for checking out this fantastic broadcast here on CBC. For Jack Pangali, I'm Joshua Adelaide Marthinot. Thank you to Ned Bosnick and Maverick Media for producing this. Until next time, folks, cheers and enjoy the day, people.
The CEO is what my title say. Me and my homies DJ, he feel some type of way. She got a Georgia peach on her real end like a license plate. No rookie girls got cookie, got me high today. I probably made more money in 6 months than what's in your papa safe. Look like I robbed the bank. I said it all like Queen Latifah, cause I'm living single. I'm feeling cautious, I ain't scream when they serve a subpoena. I heard he a leader, come follow my tribe today. I f***ed him, now he heated. He feel some type of way. Don't know how to say, I ain't the hardest man working. Attention we pay, it's always a man lurking. No man perfect, but God, my head, I nod. Rick, homie, all my been hustling, trying to make him something. Ain't no telling he'll do for the paper. Ain't no telling. Souffle, I'm straight, I stay.